It's Monday, the start of a new week, and that means the start of a new drawing. That's right, we're going to get straight to drawing today. We're going to draw something special because we're racing at Martinsville Speedway this Wednesday, a Wednesday night race. Very excited about this. Under the lights, one of the best short tracks on the whole circuit, and we're racing there, so we're going to draw something related to Martinsville. First, we're going to warm up by drawing the racetrack. It has a very unique shape. And then we're going to draw some brakes. Yeah, the things that stop the race car. Because Martinsville, as you'll see after we draw the shape of the track, requires some big, well-working brakes to get the car slowed down, all right? Well, while you're getting your drawing materials ready, I'm going to read some of the comments, see who's out there, see who's having a good time like me. You excited about a new week, a new opportunity to learn some drawings? We got Tony out there, we got all sorts of people out there watching. Thanks for the retweets and the shares and the comments. I'm going to start a blank sheet, and we are going to draw some race cars. I'm wearing my FedEx hat because when I think of drivers that do really well at Martinsville, I always think Denny Hamlin, so I thought I'd wear the FedEx hat. So first we're going to start with our typical line, and we're going to warm up by drawing the shape of Martinsville Speedway, a half-mile short track. In fact, I believe it's the shortest track on the NASCAR circuit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Matthew's out there, Sarah's out there. Thank you for watching. We're having fun today. I'm still staying in, staying safe, learning some things here, teaching some art lessons over our lunch hour. Just really having a good time. All right? Now add another line, kind of make it a plus sign, and make sure they're fairly close to one another here, because this is going to be important for the shape of Martinsville Speedway. We're just warming up. We'll draw some brakes here in a second. All right. There you go, kind of like an equal sign. Those are the two straightaways. It's like two drag strips, you know, just straight shots. Christy, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Monday. What's up, Patricia? And everybody else watching, I appreciate it. Thanks for the hearts and the shares and the RTs and all that stuff. Well, Martinsville, they call it the paperclip. And so we're going to finish off this track shape by doing some tight turns here on the ends, like that. And then another one over here. In fact, the turns have a concrete strip on the bottom of them, but it makes this really tight track. Can you see how that kind of looks like a paperclip? You know, paperclips just have the road in the middle there. In fact, there's a pit road at Martinsville that, well, looks a lot like that. It's a little exaggerated, but now you can see why they call it the paperclip. All right, I kept the turns a little lighter because there is a concrete strip there on the bottom lane, so thought I would leave that. They also have some cool curbing. I've seen it all sorts of colors. I've seen it pink. I've seen it striped. I'm not sure what color it is now, and I apologize if I get this wrong. I'm just going to go with a typical orange curb, sort of a yellowish curb there. They might have a different color down there now, but I haven't seen it lately. This is the first time this year that we're racing there. And it's Wednesday, on Wednesday, when they're going to race. I'm pretty excited about that. Jack's out there. How you doing? There's Lee in Old Forge, Pennsylvania. I appreciate it. Hey, there's Bob watching. He's one of our former hauler drivers. Good to see you, Bob. We're warming up, getting stretched out. It's Monday. We're getting ready to draw. We're just starting with the track shape, okay? And so pretty soon we'll draw some brakes. But I wanted to show you, too, the grandstands. They look huge at Martinsville. I don't know if they're any bigger than a normal track, but they look pretty big because the track's so small. And then there's even one on the turns that it's just like that. Grandstands that one day soon I hope we'll be able to go back and watch the races there. Just like you, I can't go to the track either, but pretty soon I think we'll get going back there when it's the right time. There's a tower there where there are some skyboxes, and there's one interesting thing along the backstretch at Martinsville Speedway. Do you know what it is? Tell me in the comments if you know what it is. I'm not going to say it right away. There's Chris out there too watching. Lots of people watching. Well, we're going to draw some race car brakes because if you look at these straightaways, our race cars get going really fast. Super fast up here on our straightaways, and then they have to slow down a lot for these tight turns. I hear that they get down to about 65 miles an hour in those turns from maybe 140. So that's a lot of slowing down. And to slow down, of course, you need really good brakes. There's Rob out there in Ohio. Thanks for watching, Rob. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate it. Well, what do you say? We get started on drawing some brakes. I'll show you a picture of the brakes, but first, if you didn't realize, there are actually train tracks near the backstretch, right around here at Martinsville Speedway. That's right. A train passes by very close, and I don't think it gets louder than the race cars, but it certainly is a unique thing to see back here at Martinsville Speedway. There's also something pretty famous in Martinsville. It's a type of food. Does anybody know the famous food at Martinsville Speedway? Well, put it in the comments. Let me know if you know what it is. I'm sure there are some people out there. All right, it's known as a paperclip. I hope you're going to watch on Wednesday. Now that we're warmed up, let's draw these brakes, okay? First, let me show you a picture of what we're drawing here. Here are some NASCAR brakes. You're looking inside the wheel well. The wheel well's on the outer edge. There's no wheel on here, right? Well, these are the brakes. I know we usually draw the outside of the race car, but sometimes you have to draw the parts of the car that make it work, right? We drew an engine one time. We've drawn the fuel cell. We drew the underside of the race car and showed the exhaust. Well, now since we're going to Martinsville, we're going to draw some brakes, and we'll draw some hoses too, because the hoses keep the brakes cool and keep them working. Are you ready to roll? I am. Oh yeah, Justin got it right. William, Cody, Tony, the hot dogs at Martinsville. But I'm too hungry to draw a hot dog right now. I haven't had lunch yet. So if I draw a hot dog, I might start salivating or something. I don't want to do that on camera. That's not cool. It's not professional. So we're going to stick to the brakes, okay? First thing I want you to draw is I want you to draw a circle. Actually, let's draw the wheel well, an upside down U. Circle's a little complicated. Let's just start with the wheel well of the race car. We'll do an upside down U. Or actually, it's kind of like a rainbow. Sort of like that, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Mine's a little jaggedy. And actually, that's perfect for Martinsville because there is a lot of beating and banging and bumping that happens at Martinsville because it's a short, tight track. So if your line isn't perfect, that's the beauty of drawing a race car, is that, hey, the more messy it looks, the more action-packed it is. The more sketchy your lines is, the faster the drawing looks. So that's why it's so good to draw race cars. All right, now let's take another look at our brakes here. You notice a lot of circles going on, right? A lot of circles. But they all have this center point. So I want you to draw a center point before you do anything else. So there's one center point, right? That's basically where the axle is going to be. What's up, Lynn? Good to see you. What's up, Kays? Good to see you out there. I appreciate you watching. By the way, if this is your first time watching, we have all our episodes up on YouTube. Just search Joe Gibbs Racing or Boris Draws or something like that. You'll find me out there. You can go back and watch some other episodes. So, we got that part. Let's draw another bigger circle. That's going to be our hub. Now, you're going to forgive me, right, if I don't know all the right names here, because I'm not the engineer, I'm not the mechanic, I'm just the artist and the marketing guy. So, if I mess up on some of the names of these things, you got to help me out, all right? So this is the hub right in the middle. These are the studs for the lug nuts. But first, let's draw a bigger circle. By the way, you know the circle method, how to draw a good circle? Well, you can draw a dot at the top, a dot on the right, and a dot on the left and the bottom. And then you connect them like this, with some kind of banana-shaped lines here. Look at that. We're just connecting dots. It makes it a lot easier to draw a circle. There we go. So we'll put our spokes, or I should say our studs, for our lug nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? That's where the lug nuts will go eventually when we put that wheel back on the car. Emil's out there. William's looking for some giveaways. We'll get some giveaways back going here soon. Things are starting to get a little more back to normal, and we'll be able to get our hands on some giveaways. Haven't been able to do that during this stay-at-home time, but we'll get back to that. Don't worry about it. Y'all have certainly earned some giveaways, right? You can get the hat like mine at shopjgr.com. That's a good spot to pick up some stuff. All right. Tell you what. The next thing we're going to draw is we're going to draw where the brake pads are. So the brake caliper The wheel's spinning around it. It's spinning, and then the pads, when the driver hits the brake, the pads clamp down on it and stop it. So let's draw the pad. Now the pad on a race car is a lot bigger than on a street car like I drive or like you drive or maybe your parents drive. So draw a line up at the top and on the right. So that if it was a clock, it would be about 12 o'clock, right, at the top. And then I guess it would be about 3 o'clock-ish on the right, okay? And that's going to be our pad. And then I'm going to connect those lines like this, okay? The caliper area. It's not really the pad. I guess it's the caliper where the pads are, but you get what I'm saying. See that? We're drawing this part. All right. A lot of people watching. Devin's back. How you doing, Devin? Devin, have you watched every episode? I think Devin out there has watched pretty much every episode that we have done. All right, now we need this disc behind it over here. So just draw a circle a little bit bigger than your other circle and stop it right in the middle of that caliper area. See that? This is basically the whole hub assembly on the race car. And you watch. Oh, we just had William join. William is an engineer at Joe Gibbs Racing. He's checking to make sure that all my terminology here is correct. I don't mind a few corrections if I need it, okay? Don't worry about it, William. Let me know if I get these words, these names wrong on here. All right. Now, I want you to watch something on Wednesday at Martinsville. Because one of the coolest parts about watching a race at night at Martinsville is going to be watching these brakes glow bright orange into the turns. It'll take a few laps to heat them up, but these drivers are going to be using them a lot. So when you tune in, make sure you look for that. Send me a message if you see them. And if you want to, you can even color these brakes bright orange, okay? They'd be really hot. That'd be a problem. All right, now, let's put some hoses in there. What do you say? How about some hoses over here helping to cool down our brakes? And that's just going to be lines. We'll just do 3. And what I want you to do is I want you to give them kind of a ribbed look like this, kind of like waves. See that? They're kind of flexible. There's a hole in the nose, and the air comes through there and blows on the brakes, and we can kind of twist them as we need to. Our engineers and our mechanics do. So we have these little ribs in there that kind of help it twist and turn like that. So there's our hoses. And then just draw these little swooshy lines like this, just to show that the hoses can bend like that. All right. Very nice. Nice job. All right. What else do we have in here? You see a lot of different parts of the car. We'll make it simple in our drawing, but we want to draw these grooves in there. Those grooves will help it make it look a little more like a racing set of brakes. So we're just going to do some lines, kind of a shark fin look to them like this. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. There you go. Those brakes are coming together, aren't they? Looking good. All right. Now this isn't a technical drawing. This is more of a creative drawing. Did you know that, there are people that do technical drawings and they show up in manuals, how to assemble things, or rule books, or are there other scientific, more mathematical, measured drawings? So maybe you're not like me. Maybe you like the more mathematical, precise drawing. You want to use protractors and you want to use computers and draw them out and measure it. That'd be awesome. Or you can take a more sketched approach like me, and you can do what I'm doing. Either way, whatever floats your boat. All right, so on these brakes here, you can pretty much put what you want. Maybe you started your own brake company, so you want to put your name on there. You can do that. I'm just going to leave it blank now. That's a cool spot to put something. Back here, I'm going to just draw some lines. These aren't going to be perfect, but they're going to represent some of the frame rails, which is basically the bones and the structure of the car. Put a line up here in the background. Again, just the framing of the car. Maybe one over here that kind of looks like a shock absorber. We're not being exact. We're just really focused on the brakes here. All right. How's that looking? If you want to, you can draw your line up on the top here. That's the hood of the car. See that? Now it's up to you whether these are new brakes and this car is getting ready to race, or maybe these are used brakes and this car just finished racing. Now trust me, if it just finished racing, those brakes are going to be extra dirty. And so is the car. There's going to be dust around there. They went through a grueling 500 laps at Martinsville. Let's see. Jack's out there. He likes the swooshy lines. Deanna's out there. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We're getting a little technical today. We're drawing the parts of the car, but you still have the outside of the car here, and you can make it whatever color you want. You know, since I'm wearing Denny Hamlin's hat here, and Denny Hamlin is one of the best at Martinsville, I'm going to make it Denny's FedEx car. So I'm going to draw a line over here like this, and go up here like that, and then I'll do another one. I'm going to turn this into a purple and orange FedEx race car. There you go. Back in here, there's going to be a lot of the color black and dark gray. You can make these calipers red if you want to. That doesn't necessarily mean ours are on the race cars, but some cars on the street have red calipers, so if you want to get a little creative, you can do that. I'm just going to fill in some black here in these spaces. How's your drawing coming along? What I like about this drawing is that we're just using simple shapes to draw something we all think is really cool, which is a race car and all the big beefy parts that are in it to make it go fast and also make it slow down fast. Because did you know that, you know, racing isn't just about going as fast as you can. At a place like Martinsville that looks like this, you have to be able to slow down quickly too. See these long straightaways and tight turns? We just drew that to warm up. That's why they call it the paperclip track, because it's kind of shaped like one. Alright, filling in some black there. Who all's out there? Lee's enjoying it. I appreciate it, Lee. I hope you or someone in your family is enjoying this, and a little distraction from things that are going on today, and you can learn some new skills. If you want to make someone smile, maybe you can send them your drawing in the mail, right? You can tell them how much you appreciate them and how much you value them, and tell them you drew this for them. So think of that person in your life that maybe needs to receive one of these. Alright, I'm going to fill in this race car. I need some color, don't you? I'm going to do this bright orange with FedEx orange up here on Denny Hamlin's car. Fill that in right there. I'm going to make it sketchy. I'm going to go outside the lines. There's nothing wrong with that. Going outside the lines a little bit sometimes. Alright. By the way, if you can't color as fast as I can, or maybe you don't have any crayons or colored pencils or markers with you right now, just save it. You can color it later. You can stretch this drawing over a couple days. It's kind of like leftovers. When you have a good meal, save some for the next day. Well, when you have a good drawing, you just save some of it for the next day, right? Nothing wrong with that. Devin's out there wants to draw Christopher Bell's Ream car. We'll see if we can do that, Devin. Of course, Christopher Bell, got to race against him these days. He's still a Toyota teammate, though. We're thankful for that. All right. Now on these brakes, what did I say? I think I'm going to do a red caliper. A lot of the race cars don't have that, but I don't know. I'm just feeling a little crazy today. Feeling like we could do some red in there, really brighten up this drawing. And I'm telling you, see this color orange up here? You see that FedEx orange? These brakes, if you watch on Wednesday, they will be glowing that color, super bright, super hot, because those drivers are using them very aggressively to get the car slowed down. So just check that out. Make sure you watch. Let me know what you see, what you think. All right. Do some shading in here for the brakes. Just a little darker red. And then these pads, or this area here is going to be silver. So if you're going to draw silver, you want to pick a lot of different variations of gray. So see what I'm doing? I'm kind of sketching a circle around with that color. And then I'm going to pick a little bit of a darker gray. And I'm going to go in there like that. Look at there. Just adding some sketches in around there. And then I'm going to go pick a medium gray up here like this. And do the same kind of thing, just to make it look like it's shiny. Of course, these are new brakes on my drawing. If you were going to draw used brakes, I would get a lot of dust colors. In fact, I might show you that in a second with a different paintbrush. Donna Lee's out there. Thank you. I'm glad your grandkids enjoy watching this. Make sure you send along some of their drawings if you want me to show them on the air. I'm also going to color in the stud here in a silver. There's a lot of silver going on. But one thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a hot pink like this. See that color? See that color there? We're going to take that hot pink and we're going to draw some lines on our hub here. And we're going to point them to our lug nuts like this. Let me show you. So there's one line there. See that pink? There's going to be another line over there and another line there. Again, we're pointing to our lug nut posts. So do you understand why we're doing that? That's just so that the wheel carrier, the person who puts the wheel on the car, the new wheel in a pit stop, he can line up those holes and get it on there in the first try. So it's important to have those pink indicator lines there for the guy or girl that is changing those tires. All right. I'm going to pick a darker, I'm going to go a little brownish, maybe like a titanium for this over here. There we go. We don't have to do all gray, do we? We can pick some other fancier colors just to liven it up a bit. Filling that in. Of course, we're going to need some purple for Denny Hamlin's car here. When I think Martinsville, I think Denny Hamlin, so that's why I chose to wear this hat and draw this car today. All right, this is looking good. Justin's out there. I'm doing well, Justin. Thank you for watching the race. Yesterday we came up a little short, I know, but it was still a solid day for us. Everybody had a lot of speed. Hated that Eric Jones had some trouble. We were going to have all of them up there in the top 10, but sometimes that's just the way racing goes, right? All right, now I'm just filling in some of these colors. You can make your hoses up here kind of a rusty, orangish, reddish. Right up here, see this? That's what color I'm going to make the hoses. Filling those in. All right. We're having fun here. Okay. I'm going to get my purple now. It's time for some purple. Get some FedEx purple. I have to look at my hat here. Yeah, okay. I think I got it. There we go. There's going to be a lot of purple to fill in. Just be patient. Do your best. This doesn't have to be the first and last time you draw breaks. If you didn't get them right this time, you can always try again. I mean, really, that's what breaks are about, right? They're about slowing things down and avoiding disaster and then have another chance. So don't worry about making any mistakes here. We're just having fun. Drawing Denny Hamlin's FedEx car. I am going to put some dirt on this car because if you ask me, one of the exciting things about Martinsville is really using up the equipment, beating and banging on other cars and competitors and using the bumper and using the fenders. Of course, I say Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is probably, if you think about Martinsville and Darlington, two of the hardest tracks, Denny is probably the driver that most consistently brings his Toyota Camry race cars home in a clean state, you know? I'm not saying all the time he does that, but, you know. If I look at his car from Darlington and Martinsville, a lot of times it is in really good shape. And that's part of the reason he's so good there. Got to be smart with that car. Alright, let me finish my frame rails here with some gray. We usually paint these parts of the car in gray, light gray, just to keep it simple, help us see anything that's going wrong, accumulation of any fluids or dirt, or anything that might come up. Really, the inside of the race car is really about the engineering and the science and the smarts of going fast. All right. Very cool. This is looking good. So this car is jacked up in the garage. Maybe it's getting a tire change, or maybe they're working on something under the car, but that's what's going on here. All right. Wow, we're almost done, aren't we? What else can we put in here? Well, I'm going to go a little crazy on mine. If you're done with yours, more power to you. But I'm going to put some brake dust in mine. I'm going to pick a little bit of a grayish brown color. And I'm going to use the iPad magic I got going on here. And I'm going to pick kind of a dusty mess here is what I'm going to do. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now that looks like brake dust if I've ever seen it. Look at, oh my gosh, there we go. A little dusty mess here. Drawing some brake dust. I'm just telling you, that's just part of racing. You got to be able to clean up the brake dust. All right. Now you don't have to do this. I'm just going a little crazy because I want a little more texture in my drawing. But if you like it, feel free to experiment a little bit. Woo! I can just feel that brake dust coming right up through my painting, can't you? All right. Well, there you go. That's how you draw some race cars and some brakes on race cars. I'm going to sign my drawing here in the dust. We're going to leave this drawing in the dust. I'm going to go get some lunch. I hope you've had a good day, a good start to your week. Keep practicing your drawings. Send me your examples so I can post them on the show on Friday, okay? Thank you all for watching. We just drew some brakes, and they're going to come in handy at Martinsville on Wednesday. I hope you're going to tune in and watch us go for the checkered flag. My money's on one of our 4 Toyota Camry race car drivers. How about you? Who are you cheering for? There you go, folks. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching along with me. I'll catch you later.